Hello, fellow readers. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is Series
Sisters.
Sayonara, motherfucker.
I don't know why it's...
Man, that was weird.
So
Hey
this
guys,
is a new thing.
we're here. We,
Rearranged the hell out of this room.
we don't have our own studio, so we're using the library.
And this couch
That's very nice.
It's nice, but this couch was not made for large individuals.
Or friends.
Thanks.
So, we're here. We just got back from Yellowstone. That was
Yes.
fun.
The drive was... Maybe we shouldn't drive there.
That was a long drive.
We should probably fly. Although then we couldn't bring all of our shit that we brought.
Yeah, and it would have been expensive. Anyways, it was fun.
It was fun. It was very pretty.
Yeah.
We saw lots of buffalo.
Yeah.
No bears except for at the conservatory thing. Is that the right word?
I don't-
Conservate something. It's on your sticker.
Discovery Center?
I don't think that's
It was Wildlife Discovery Center.
Then why... What am I thinking of? Yeah, it had a couple grizzlies.
Yeah, grizzlies and wolves.
And wolves. And a couple owls. And eagles. One of them's name was Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Josh and the other one I think was Zach.
And Jordan.
And Jordan! Jordan the eagle. Yeah,
Jordan
it was
the
nice.
eagle.
It was fun. Realized that I'm really scared of bears when I'm in their environment. We went on a little hikey boy
Oh,
that
yeah.
was way steeper than we thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, any minute, gigantic grizzly bear is
Kept
just going to...
clapping and making
Yep.
noise to
Yep.
keep them away.
Random intervals, which, yeah, it was easy for me to do because I'm a loud individual. But
All right.
the end, you're doing spooky book today.
I am.
I'm ready to get spooked.
Yeah. So this is not a series book. It's just by itself. One book. Uno.
On the book.
The September House by Carissa Orlando. It
Pause. Do you want
was-
to talk about your cup?
Oh, we need to tell our viewers about this cup that...
You said you wanted to.
I mean, I can't really zoom in. But Ashley made me this cup with the picture on it. It's from a Snapchat filter video that she made. And
When it comes up on our time hop, we'll post it.
Yeah.
But who knows when it'll be. It's always
I'll
a
see if I can
surprise.
find it. I would not have deleted that. But at one point, she just looks very mischievous. And so...
And I do a weird side smirk with my mouth.
Yeah.
And I say, hats.
Hats. So as you can see, the cup says hats. But yeah, she made me that for Christmas.
Yeah, because she put on her list that she wanted a cup. And so I was like, I'll make it. So here we go.
And it's the best.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll post a
Now
picture
you know.
for just the listeners.
Yeah, we'll post a picture of the cup. So let's see. Trying to figure out where I want to start. Would you like the description of the book before we get into it, or you just want to go in?
I just want to go in.
Okay, let's go in. All right.
Is there magic?
No.
Is there blood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there horses?
No.
Okay.
No horses.
Okay. About dogs. No animals are hurt in the making of this book?
No dogs. There are birds that kill themselves.
That's different. That's fine. Sorry, birds. Don't tell my kid.
I think that's the only animals.
Okay. Sufficient. Carry on.
Okay, so, main character of this book, her name's Margaret.
Okay.
Not Maggie, not Marg. It's written in first person, so Margaret's telling the story from her point of view. Before I start, I want to tell everyone to go read it real fast and then come back and listen.
We'll wait.
Yeah.
We'll pause.
We'll wait. Just kidding. So In the prologue, so before it starts, you find out Margaret and her husband Hal, H-A-L, Hal. They've never really had a house of their own, and then they find this old Victorian house that they instantly fall in love with. It's about 150 years old.
They always are. They
What?
always are.
Oh, you know what? I got a kid in the room listening, commenting, and heckling. And
Be
I'm gonna
heckling.
pretend you're not there.
Oh, I love you.
So the house is 150 years old. It's got cobalt paint. I believe that's like a dark blue.
Yeah.
With white trim and envy
So
inspiring.
it's very sailory.
Sure.
Okay. But it's usually, well, that's more navy. Navy
Yeah.
blue and white.
Is that what you're picturing?
Yeah, I was picturing my dance costume, honestly, from when I was 5 and I did that sailor dance. It was blue and white. I'm sorry. Go ahead. It has nothing to do with sailors.
Okay. Anyways, it has a porch that wraps all around the whole house. A long driveway. And it's blissfully isolated by trees on all sides.
Okay.
No one's lived in this house since the 90s. I assume we're in present day
Okay.
when they buy it. So we'll say 2020. Doesn't talk about COVID though, so who knows?
Maybe he was just reminiscing. They were just reminiscing. I'm sorry.
Okay. So as Hal and Margaret are touring with the real estate agent, they're just like looking around the house all excited about everything.
Right.
And the real estate agent says, I am legally obligated
That's
to
never good.
disclose to you that there was a death in this house.
Ooh.
Well, 2 deaths. The lady of the house and the housekeeper. But it was over 100 years ago. The homeowner seemed to be suffering from some kind of psychosis and later took his own life as well. So that's at least
That's
3.
3, man.
Yeah.
That's showing a pattern.
And the other deaths in the house
Oh, there's more.
seem to be natural in nature.
Okay. Seem to be.
Would you buy this house if they said that?
I would need a list of the deaths that occurred in the home. And it depends on how present or how like close to the present time a person died.
So how soon it's been?
Yeah,
since
because
the
if it's
person
been
died?
like she said, 100 years, that doesn't bother me because then it's like, cool, maybe I have a kick-ass ghost hanging out. But if it's like this bitch died last week because someone killed her, I don't want to be here.
That scares you?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I would buy it. Depends on how I felt when I went in there. If I could feel that
the
it
vibes
was,
are off. Yeah.
So Margaret and Hal didn't care much for the basement. It was unfinished and windowless. It had a bit of a wrong feeling to it. But fortunately, they didn't have any real reason to go down there. The water heater, boiler, those were in the back of the house. Breaker box was in the kitchen.
What state are they in?
It doesn't say.
Okay. Because why would it have a basement if nothing's in there? Unless they're in like the Midwest where there's tornadoes.
Right? Maybe for storage or something.
Okay.
It does not say where
Well, that's
they
rude.
are. A small town.
Small town.
That's all I know. So they bought the house.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's
there we go.
that's the prologue.
Hold on, I gotta move my microphone out
Just
of it.
kinda-
My foot's asleep. Sorry, everyone.
I need mine a little shorter or bendier.
Oh my. Oh boy.
What does that do?
Well, if you lift it up and then turn it
Lift what up?
like that, I meant like. Yeah.
Magic!
Whoa, should I do that?
I don't know. Does it look... Wow, we are not smart.
This is our first time, you guys. What did you do?
I forgot.
Oh, you
I
did this.
just pulled that up. Out. Not...
Oh.
Don't break it.
Oh!
It's under my name.
Okay. Let me tighten this baby here. You guys.
Do you have a question over in the corner?
Yes.
What-
Can I have your water?
She wants a drink of hats.
You stay out of the video.
There's weirdos in the world.
Yeah, I don't need my kids being in the videos. All right, so ready? Let's do this. Keep hats over there.
I'm gonna put my foot down. I'm gonna put my foot down. Okay.
Okay, so about 4 years later now.
Oh, they've lived there for 4 years.
They have lived there for 4 years.
Okay.
The walls of the house were bleeding again.
Again.
This could be expected. It was, after all, September.
Okay.
The bleeding wouldn't have been so bad, but it was accompanied by nightly moaning that turned into screaming by the end of the month.
Like scared moaning, not like
sexy moaning.
Okay.
Sexual.
Sexual moaning.
No.
Okay.
I think a lot of times the moaning is like saying her name, like Margaret.
Oh.
Like Moaning Myrtle?
Moaning Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle, yes. But then by the end it was screaming. The bleeding always starts at the top of the stairs in the master bedroom, right above the bed. So it starts, just dripping down.
Ew.
Can they touch it and like wipe it off?
Yeah. It's blood.
Well, I didn't know if it was just like a trick of the light.
This is not a trick of the light.
Well, I didn't. That's not what I meant. But like,
anyways,
their brain thinking things. Okay, like they're tricking the person as opposed to there actually being blood coming out of the walls.
Oh,
See what
like
I
the
mean?
house is just playing tricks.
Yes.
No,
it's a real blood coming from a real wall. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the hallway, the blood leaked out of cracks in the wallpaper, slowly dripping towards the floor. By the end of the month, the blood would be cascading down the stairs in clotting red waterfalls.
Ew.
I left that in there. That's her words.
Thank you.
I was like, that's
Clotting
gross. I'm
red
leaving that.
waterfalls. Gross.
Their first September in the house, Margaret had worried about the walls, scrubbing them with soap and water until her arms were sore. But she would wake up the next day and the blood would be back. So now Margaret just allows the walls to bleed, tries to ignore it. Come October, the blood would be gone anyways. So as soon as October hits, it's all gone.
That's weird.
And there's no trace.
No trace at all, even though it was just clotting down the stairs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Corner.
Last one. What happens if they have visitors in September?
You'll find out.
Ooh.
Oh, snap.
Okay. This was now their 4th September in the house, and Hal was gone. Margaret thought
You're not leaving when the walls are bleeding.
maybe she should feel nervous about facing September alone.
Wake me up.
Oh, when September. Yeah. Okay. But she was never actually really alone in the house. There were some ghosts that hang out in the house all year long, and then some that come in September.
What the fuck happened in September?
Don't you worry.
I'm going to find out later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Frederica. You like that name, don't you?
I do. It reminds me of paprika.
From Blue's Clues?
Yeah.
I mean, it's also just a...
Just spice, but I meant it specifically from Blue's Clues.
Yeah, I know you did.
Okay.
Frederica was one that was always there.
Okay.
When Frederica was alive, she had been the housekeeper.
Oh.
She had come with the house, so to speak.
Oh.
So Frederica still continues to tend to the house, cleaning and cooking. Mm-hmm. She makes tea for Margaret so they can interact with each other.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. But as September progresses, Frederica had a habit of moving items to random places in the house.
Okay. Like she gets freaked out.
Yeah, it's like she's busy, but she doesn't really have a purpose, so she's just moving stuff.
Right.
So like, for example, she'll take sweaters and put them in the kitchen cabinets.
Oh.
Or dishes to the bathroom upstairs.
Right. Like that one time when you couldn't find your cup of milk for like hours. And then I went and I was getting a beverage of my own. And she had put her milk glass back in the cabinet.
Yeah. I poured the milk and then just put it back in the cabinet. And then I couldn't find it.
Then it was warm. Ugh.
Well, yeah, I didn't drink it after that.
No, it'd been a while.
Gross. Over the years, Margaret had come to like Frederica, but the sight of her was still a shock. She had a huge gash in her head that gaped open where the axe had sunk into her skull. The gash went from the top of her forehead through her,
Ew.
I think, like through her right eyebrow to where one of her eyes was sunken in.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be a shock to the system.
That would be. Yeah. I don't know if I'd get used to that or not.
I mean, you can get used to anything if you see it long enough.
Hey.
Your brain's like, what?
That's what they talk about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We'll carry on then.
Not next.
Oh.
Just a lot in the book is like you can get used to anything kind of thing if you're
Around
dealing with it
enough.
a lot. While Frederica is preparing tea for Margaret, Margaret walks to the basement door to make sure the wooden boards nailed across it are still intact. She pulls at each one, making sure they aren't loose. As she turns back to Frederica, she sees Elias materialize next to the stove. So
He's another boy.
all year long guy.
Okay.
Elias was about 9 or 10.
Oh.
Margaret couldn't interact with Elias like she could with Frederica, although she had tried. He never answered her. He just howled periodically. So Margaret just started...
But like a wolf or like a...
I think like a scary ghost howl.
Okay. Oh, what is that, the Beegees? I mean, that would be pretty fucking scary.
I can't maybe some Billy Joel.
Ooh, yeah. Gang's all there.
Stop it.
Sorry.
So Margaret just started treating him like a houseplant, walking around him, narrating her life to him, like, "Oh, looks like rain, Elias," or "Oh, Elias, the mail is running late," and he usually just stared.
At her or just out? Because if someone's just lurking, just fucking staring at me, we're gonna have problems.
I think he stared at people like her in the room, but he didn't say anything.
Stop staring at me, bro. Can she like drape a cloth over his face?
I don't know.
Like you do to birds when they're riled in the cage?
Calm them down.
Yeah.
Just that. I think
I'm
that's
just gonna put
I
that
would
over.
try that, but
Uh-oh.
So he just appeared in the kitchen. Margaret reaches around Elias to get the toaster, saying, "Excuse me, Elias." But as she gets near him, his face turns black, his milky eyes turn into burning embers, and his mouth stretches into a gaping maw with fangs gleaming
Nope.
as he reaches for her arm.
Elias don't want to be touched.
No. Elias does not like his personal space invaded.
Well, he's the one who fucking materialized there.
Well,
Maybe
don't-
he's in her space.
Don't get up in there.
Then perhaps maybe he could have voiced that or told somebody. It's pretty rude to just get pissed when nobody knew the rules.
Used to this, Margaret snatches her arm back quickly.
Oh, she's okay.
She's used to this.
Okay.
They figured
Like,
out.
Okay, Elias, chill.
Don't
the fuck
fucking
out.
touch Elias,
Okay.
guys. Everyone in the house had typically left Hal alone except for Elias.
Aw, poor Hal.
Elias liked to frequent the room Hal had claimed for his office, so Margaret wondered if it had been Elias's playroom or maybe his bedroom before he died. Frederica sets a cup of tea in front of Margaret, and as she leaves the kitchen, says, "It would seem ma'am has a message," and gestures to Margaret's phone. Margaret checks her phone, and she has missed a call, a voicemail, and several text messages from their daughter, Catherine.
Oh.
The messages were like, "Call me back as soon as you can. I need to talk to you.
That doesn't scare a parent.
It's about Dad,"
Oh, shit.
and so on. Catherine had been getting more and more insistent over the last few days. Margaret looks up from her phone to see a little girl hovering wordlessly near the basement door. This one's a September girl.
Okay.
She had sallow skin, chunks of dirty hair hanging over her face. At one point, something terrible had happened to her skull. One of her eyeballs drooped from its socket as she stared. This one was Angelica. "Hi, Angelica," Margaret says. Angelica doesn't say anything, but lifts her arm and points at the basement.
Hate it. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
You know I'm not doing that, Angelica, Margaret says.
You little bitch. You know I ain't going down there.
I ain't going down there. No. It's nice to see you. Angelica said nothing. As Margaret leaves the kitchen, Angelica says, he's down there.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
This was new. None of them had ever spoken aside from Frederica.
They're
But
here.
Angelica was right. He was down there.
What
In the
fuck does that
basement.
mean?
He had been down there since Margaret and Hal moved in, hence the boards.
Is he just not strong enough to move the boards, or is it a wood thing? That he just can't... He hates wood.
I don't think he has a wood aversion.
Okay.
Also, Margaret calls all the ghosts pranksters because she just feels like they're
Little tricky boys.
little tricky ghosts. Just kidding.
Spooked out.
I'll just leave it like that. So, if I say pranksters, I'm talking about the ghosts.
Okay.
Margaret returns Catherine's phone call, and Catherine answers quickly with, "What the hell, Mom? I've been trying to call for weeks."
Classic.
Catherine explains she's fucking worried. She can't get a hold of Dad. She says she's been trying to call him for weeks, and it always went to voicemail, and now his voicemail is full.
Oh.
Catherine says, "Mom, you need to tell me what's going on." Margaret had been avoiding this conversation, but tells her he's gone.
Oh no, is it him that's down there?
No. Gone? What do you mean gone? When did he leave? Margaret considers her question and thinks about how leaving happens in stages. Had Hal left when he stopped sleeping in the master bedroom with her? Had he left when he told her he didn't want to live in the house anymore? Had he left when Margaret put her foot down for once and told him she wasn't going anywhere? Or had he left the day he was gone? Margaret says, about a month ago. Catherine yells, "He's been gone a month? What the fuck, Mom?"
Yeah, I'd be pretty mad.
Catherine she's more concerned that something's happened to him. Because even if he left Margaret, he would still answer Catherine's phone calls. So
He would still exist in the world.
Yeah, she's worried about that. Excuse me, had to take a drink.
Bevy break.
Bevy break.
Sorry.
Catherine had never visited the house before and did not know about any of the pranksters or the things that happened in September. If she knew, she'd for sure try to talk Margaret into leaving the house, just like Hal had done. "I'm coming down there," Catherine says. Margaret panics and tries to talk her out of it, giving her several excuses why she shouldn't, but Catherine insists and tells Margaret she'll be there on the 11th.
She's not gonna like them bloody walls.
Nope. Just as Margaret hangs up the phone, a large bird flies straight into the living room window, snapping its neck and falling into the grass.
Oh, boy.
So that's another thing that happens in
September. Birds commit suicide in the
I'm
windows?
not sure if it's just September, but it's really bad in September. Like, a lot of birds be doing that.
That ain't good. And it's not just because she cleaned the window really good.
No. I think...
Actively.
Right. They've tried hanging stuff up in the window so they know it's not...
Right.
Yeah. Because I know that happens, but this is not like that.
That's stupid. I was at work last week. No, I wasn't.
Okay.
When I was at work the week before, there were two birds fighting.
Uh-huh.
And one of them hit the window right in front of my face, and I yelled, "Jesus Christ!" Luckily, there was no one else around.
Wait, they were fighting, and then they flew into the window?
Yeah, there's like a carport-y thing, like a cover on the drive-through.
Yeah.
And there's
You work at a bank,
yes,
not
I
fast
do.
food.
Yes.
Just saying.
And there's little burbs, little house finches that will make nests in there, and sometimes they fight. And one of them rammed itself against the window and scared the crap out of me. That's my story.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And sad.
Yeah.
Poor bird.
He wasn't dead. He was just a bomb.
He didn't die right then, but I'm pretty sure he died later. All right. Margaret sits on the front porch and talks with Edie, her next door neighbor.
Ooh, a real boy.
Edie.
Oh, I got a yawn. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Edie had come to the house.
Remember Edie? From Space Cases?
Yes. I was just waiting for you to bring that.
I can't hear Edie, even
And
if
not
it's
think of
EDIE instead of EAT. But no, if you bitches didn't watch Space Cases, I don't even remember what channel it was on. Anytime I try to look it up, I can't find
It's
any
either
information.
Nickelodeon or Disney.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, they brought this little creature on board. It was like a Star Trek-y kids
Show.
in space thing. And they brought this little monster guy in, and they named him Edie because he ate everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think he ended up like destroying the ship because he ate something. That one guy with all the ears that could hear stuff.
Yeah, that was silly.
Yeah. Anyway,
It
Space
wasn't like
Cases.
a bunch of ears. It was like
There's a lot of,
I don't
a lot of rings in them ears. Anyway, go ahead.
Is
About
Edie short for like Edith? Or something?
Probably.
Okay. Edie had come to the house right after Margaret and Hal moved in to introduce herself.
Oh.
Asking
Friendly.
all kinds of questions about them and the house. Hal had told Margaret, "I can't stand that woman."
Oh no.
But Margaret liked her and now confided in her with everything going on in the house. Margaret tells Edie...
I bet she knew.
Probably.
She's probably part of it.
Because if she was a neighbor, I feel like she should know what's going on in the house next door.
Because, yeah, the neighbors would have told her, or she would have seen it.
Margaret tells her, if Catherine doesn't go up to the top floor, she won't see the blood. Maybe she'll be gone before it gets to the stairs. I'll have
can dream.
I'll have to take the boards off the basement door.
No.
Edie's head swung around. Margaret, no.
You can't do that.
Margaret says, I know, but what is Catherine going to think if she comes here and sees the basement all boarded up?
She'll think, oh, there's something down there that I probably shouldn't address.
Besides, I've got the Bible pages up. I can call Father Cyrus. It's about time for him to come around again anyways. Edie says, but Margaret, if she meets Master Vale... She won't, says Margaret, cutting her off.
Keep going.
Your face. Don't worry, you'll find more out about that.
Good, I better.
Frederica's passively aggressively banging stuff around in the kitchen. Margaret had told her that Catherine was coming to visit and asked Frederica to remain scarce if she could. She tried explaining to her that it would
What'd you write? Something
it would scare Catherine to see her. To try and be caring when she said it, she placed her hand on Frederica's when she was talking to her. But anytime she touches one of the pranksters, she can see and feel how they died.
Oh, shit.
So she avoided touching them as much as possible.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Because she had touched Frederica's hand, Margaret saw the world through her eyes as candles flickered in the dining room. It was nighttime. She could smell roast cooking. She saw the door swing open, slamming into the wall. A man with a wide grin lifted his arms and, laughing, swung an axe into her head with furious strength.
Jesus.
She felt her skull collapse and heard a thick noise like a watermelon splitting in two. Margaret returned to herself and ignored the bloody nose that always accompanied these moments. Frederica agreed to remain scarce, but she wasn't happy about it.
Jesus, Pete.
Yeah. That first September in the house, Margaret and Hal had gone to the church for help. Neither of them were religious, but they were desperate. For longer than necessary, Hal had insisted that the screaming they heard at night was just the wind, and the birds slamming into the side of the house was normal, before he finally broke down and admitted that blood pouring down the stairs wasn't just a leak.
That's not normal.
And the boy in his office wouldn't leave him alone. By that point, Margaret had already had a run-in with the thing in the basement and was strongly advocating to call the church. So they tried several churches, but no one believed them.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. I think most of the churches were like, how about we just pray for you?
Yeah.
So, while they were outside in the parking lot of the last church, Father Cyrus approached them. Excuse me.
There's always a creepy priest.
I couldn't help overhearing that you're having some trouble with your house. That's my Father Cyrus voice.
I like it.
Father Cyrus was probably the last living priest that still believed in the paranormal, and he was at their house later that day. Present-day Father Cyrus was well acquainted with the house and arrives looking every second of his age. He goes to the kitchen table.
Old bastard.
He was old. He goes to the kitchen table and unpacks his holy possessions. A Bible, a crucifix.
Naturally.
A vial of holy water.
Yep, gotta have it.
A bowl and a rod.
Oh, okay.
Which is called an aspersorium and aspergillum.
Okay.
And a box containing the bones of some saint. Margaret couldn't remember who.
Okay.
Where's Hal? Father Cyrus asks.
He ain't here.
Margaret answers. He's gone.
You ate her?
The first time Father Cyrus blessed the house, Margaret was able to sleep through the night because the screaming had ceased.
Nice.
She woke and there was no blood on the walls. But after a week, the pranksters started returning along with the blood. So now Father Cyrus makes his way through the house, blessing each room.
Maybe that's pissing him off more.
Maybe.
Trying to bless me out of this house.
Don't you bless me.
Don't you do that. Get out of here.
Finally, they reach the basement door, and Margaret asks, "Do you think we should take the boards off now?" Father Cyrus nods and says, "While I pray. Do you still have the holy pages on the inside?" Margaret nods and uses a crowbar to start prying the boards off the door.
If you were scared enough to nail some boards that the only way to take off is a crowbar, maybe leave them there.
Just leave them there. That's what I think I would do.
There's mold. We're not going down in the basement. This is to remind me not to go in the basement.
I would maybe try and move a piece of furniture in front of the basement.
Oh, anything that I could put in front of it would be in front of it.
And the boards.
Yeah.
But yeah. So as she's doing that, Father Cyrus begins praying, "Father God Almighty, please hear the cries of your poor children. Lord, look upon this dwelling with pity and love, and banish this foe back to the fires of hell."
I wish I could have seen him.
Amen, Margaret grunts.
Woo.
As the last board falls to the floor. Father Cyrus places his hand on the doorknob, and Margaret looks from him to Frederica, who is watching horrified. Margaret gets behind Father Cyrus as he opens the door,
Bet she does.
while Frederica continues to violently shake her head in disapproval. Suddenly, Father Cyrus's body goes rigid. His arms fall to his sides as he drops the aspersorium. His head wrenches back, and his eyes unblinking, and his mouth gaping open.
I hate it.
He is lifted off the ground, so just his toes are barely scraping the floor. "What the hell do I do?" Margaret whispers to Frederica.
Push him down the stairs and you shut the fucking door.
Frederica just continues to shake her head. "Father," Margaret says loudly, trying to be heard over the rattling coming out of his throat. He hung there rigid, unmoving. When Margaret gets ready to touch him, a huge swarm of black flies escapes his mouth. The flies land on his neck, his face. They crawl into his nose and over his open eyes. "Cut it out!" Margaret screams down the basement stairs and slams the door closed. Father Cyrus immediately falls to the floor and starts vomiting. Once he regains composure, he goes to the kitchen and throws his belongings back into his bag and books it out of the house.
Yeah, he said, "I'm fucking gone.
I'm done here."
Thanks."
Margaret calls after him. "Thank you so much for coming."
Thank you, sir.
"And sorry about the flies." As Father Cyrus's driver speeds away, Edie walks up the driveway asking, "What happened? And what's with all the flies?"
Flies, you know.
Margaret answers, "They came out of the priest."
It's not just like a big ass fly down in the basement, is it? That'd be it's like climactic.
Just one big fly down there.
It's just fucking huge.
It's Master Vale, the fly. The following day, Catherine calls to say her flight had been delayed, but she was picking up the rental car now. So she's made it, flew in, get in the car. So she'll be there later. The blessing had helped. There had been no blood, no screaming, and Angelica and her friends had disappeared for now. A few days before, Margaret had dug up the bones of Elias's mother.
Oh.
She had been buried out in the woods under an old oak tree. Finding them the first time had been a pain in the ass when she dug her up.
Okay.
That first time, she had wanted to treat the bones with respect and had purchased a fancy urn-like pot to carry them in. But now she swung the bones over her shoulder in a plastic trash bag.
Oh, Jesus. So this is a common occurrence.
This is something she's done before. Tracking dirt and mud through the house, Margaret carries the bones to Hal's office, where Elias usually spends his time. She calls out for him, but when he doesn't appear, she gets irritated.
Come on, fucking Elias.
I know. She'll have to summon him.
Ugh.
She does this by singing a specific lullaby that his mother used to sing to him. I won't sing it.
Oh.
As Margaret sings the lullaby, Elias appears. Out from the...
La-la-loo.
It is not the one from Lady and the Tramp. I will tell you that.
My little... What is it? Star sweeper.
I'll sweep the starless
sky for you.
All right. Anyways, out of the bones...
Fluffy dreamer.
Oh!
You hate that part.
Out of the bones springs a thin form of a woman with empty eye sockets. She reaches out her arms to Elias, and they embrace and disappear. This ritual doesn't get rid of Elias for good, unfortunately, but it does give Margaret one Elias-free week.
Oh, okay.
She hopes Catherine will be gone by then.
Okay.
By the time he comes back.
Couldn't she just do it again?
Yeah.
Or does there have to be a certain amount of time in between
I don't know.
time?
It didn't really say. But Catherine might want to know, like, what's going on here?
Yeah. What are you doing with them bones?
What you got with them bones?
What you doing?
Catherine arrives late that afternoon, irritated from being stuck in traffic. Catherine's almost 30. She has some position in, like, upper management at a bank. Margaret couldn't remember. Hal and Margaret had been successful keeping Catherine away for the last 4 years they'd lived in the house. Ever since Catherine had left for college, it had been clear she had left for good. She had made a point of making her visits home short and as few as possible. At first, this had hurt Margaret and Hal's feelings, but Margaret couldn't blame her. Hal had made things difficult while Catherine was growing up. Once Margaret realized what life would be like in the new house, she drew a rare line in the sand. Margaret was perfectly happy making a heaven out of any hell she found herself in, but she'd be goddamned if she made Catherine endure it.
Fair.
Margaret had struggled with deciding which room to put Catherine in. The first bedroom on the left would have been nice because it had a fireplace in it. But unfortunately, that's where Blythe had been chained up and burned alive.
Yeah, we hate when that happens.
Yeah. And Blythe liked to come crawling out of the fireplace. Her skin melted, charcoal limbs dragging behind her, and she would get right up in your face and scream.
Okay, yeah, I'm out.
I don't think I'd like that one.
I like that room. No.
The second bedroom was where Jasper, the man who killed Frederica and Blythe, had been found dead in the closet. The papers at the time had said he committed suicide, but once you saw him all crumpled in on himself, bent at unnatural angles, you knew it wasn't a suicide. He generally stayed in the closet, flicking a single match that never lit. The last bedroom was mostly fine, but occasionally had a huge gash open up in the wall that looked like an oozing black void. Margaret didn't know what it was, but felt it was best not to touch it.
Yeah.
She decided on giving Catherine Jasper's room, since he usually went away for a week or so after Father Cyrus's blessing. She just hoped Catherine wouldn't use the closet much. So, let's see. Catherine unpacks, and later that evening she joins Margaret in the living room, holding up a bottle of red wine. Was Dad drinking again? she asks.
Oh, Lord.
Margaret did not feel like having this conversation and says she thinks it was a housewarming gift. They sit in the living room talking all evening while Catherine finishes off the bottle of wine. You find out Catherine and her long-term girlfriend Claire had broken up a few months earlier.
Oh.
Yeah. Claire had told Catherine...
No wonder she's so pissy.
Well, that's why Claire broke up with her. Because she's got a temper and she's moody.
Gotcha.
Claire had told her that she couldn't keep walking around on eggshells because of Catherine's temper.
Yep.
And she was tired. Margaret understood the feeling. Catherine explained that she had cut back on her drinking, she started therapy, she started medication, but it was too late. And then Catherine says, I'm scared I'm going to be just like him, her dad. When Margaret wakes the next morning, Catherine's car is gone.
Oh.
Margaret thinks she must have gone to the police station already. She noticed Margaret noticed the blood starting to drip down the wall above her head again. This was too soon. It had only been a few days since Father Cyrus's blessing. Margaret joins Frederica in the kitchen and eats some toast. I wish Catherine wasn't involving the police. It makes me nervous, having them poking around the house.
Yeah.
Frederica says, needs must. When the devil drives, I know. Margaret finishes. So this is a phrase Frederica says often. Basically means, I didn't know what it meant when I read it. Needs must when the devil drives. It means like sometimes circumstances force you to do something you don't really want to do. But Edie knocks on the front window and Margaret goes to join her outside on the porch. Edie didn't like to come in the house. Wonder why.
I mean, that's fair.
Margaret tells her that the blood has returned, and Edie says, that's sooner than expected, right?
I'm aware, Edie.
Yeah, thanks. Later that afternoon, Catherine returns, angry and complaining about the small town police. They took Catherine's report, but also told her that grown men can leave if they want.
Oh, my God.
They are only missing if they're a child. Catherine tells Margaret the cops said they're going to come by within the next few days to ask Margaret some questions. Which Margaret
That's not
starts
great.
panicking.
Yep. It's like, can I meet him there? Do they have to come to the house?
Right. They want to come to the place where he was last seen, I guess. Or where he left from.
Yeah.
Margaret panics. What if they see the blood dripping down the wall? Oh, what if they want to look in the basement? No, none of this was good.
Thanks, Catherine.
Thanks, Catherine.
You really fucked everything.
Looking for your daddy.
What a bitch. I gotta adjust my leg.
Adjust.
Okay. Carry on.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. My leg's going to sleep too. I'm going to sit like this.
Okay.
Sorry. All right. Later that evening, Margaret watches Catherine tear apart Hal's office looking for clues. All of the cabinets and drawers are locked. Frustrated, Catherine leaves the room, and when she returns, she says, Mom, did you know you had water boiling on the stove? I shut it off. You need to pay more attention. Damn it, Frederica, Margaret thinks to herself. Catherine was holding a crowbar now.
Uh-oh.
Margaret says, What the hell, Catherine? Where did you find that? She says, It was on the kitchen counter. God damn it, Frederica, Margaret thinks again. Catherine pries open the first cabinet and finds several empty Jack Daniels bottles. Yeah. Jesus Christ, Catherine says. She opens the second cabinet, more bottles, and the third cabinet, more bottles. One half full. I guess we found where he left off, she says. She pulls out a book from the cabinet. The Shadows and You, How to Cope with Mental Illness.
Uh-oh.
What's this all about? Catherine asks. Margaret says, I have no idea. The police come to the house the next day. Officers Jones and McDouglas.
Ooh.
Jones was a middle-aged, no-nonsense woman.
Yeah.
And McDouglas was a little less intimidating, with a potbelly protruding over his uniform belt. Jones began asking Margaret the typical questions: name of the missing person, physical description, what was he wearing, what kind of car does he drive. With that last question, Catherine snorts. Margaret answers, Hal doesn't drive. I'm afraid my husband used to have a problem with drinking. Jones says, tell me what was going on the day he went missing. Margaret explains to Jones that she and Hal had been having a disagreement. Hal had wanted to leave. He wanted both of them to leave. And Margaret refused to go. They had been having this same disagreement for almost a year. Jones asks...
Would you leave?
What?
Would you leave the house?
Would I leave the house?
Knowing what you know.
No. I would have done what Margaret does.
Knowing all that I know, I probably wouldn't leave. I wouldn't want to leave Frederica there.
Oh, yeah.
She seems kind.
Yeah. But what if Josh wanted to leave? You guys are in love.
Or something. I don't know. I don't know that we would argue. We were pretty good at communicating.
Yeah. Might not even worry about arguing about it.
But I don't know. I'm sure it would probably end up being I'll give it this much more time. And if it doesn't get better, I'm fucking gone. And then, yeah.
Jones continues asking questions while Catherine looks at Margaret's bank statements. The day that Hal left, there was a large ATM withdrawal. Jones and McDouglas explain that sometimes when people leave, they expect to be frozen out of their accounts. So they take out a large sum in cash that they can use for a while. Margaret hears Frederica's voice in her ear. Needs must when the devil drives. And Margaret whips her head around to see if Frederica was there.
Now she looks fucking crazy.
What the hell are you doing, Mom? Catherine asks. Margaret says, oh, I just thought I heard something. Jones and McDouglas exchange a look
Of course
and tell Margaret and Catherine they will let them know if they find anything. Catherine follows them out to their car to continue talking to them, and Margaret sees Angelica standing by the basement door. She lifts her knobby finger and points to the door.
Did everybody see her?
No. That's where we're going to stop today.
Oh. I like it.
Do you like it so far?
I do.
Okay.
She's creepy. Yeah, this is her first book she's written?
Mm-hmm. I believe she's a therapist.
Nice.
If I remember right. I think she had some maybe short stories or stuff in some articles, but not a book.
That's
so this is her
friggin' awesome.
Fifth book.
Fifth book. Yes, I'm in.
All right.
I really want to know about what's going on in that hatch.
The
basement.
The hatch from Lost.
From Lost. Oh, remember when that light turned on? And then the
Dude,
season was over and we were like, what?
Was so
it's crazy.
stressful.
It's crazy.
And what's in the hatch?
Blows your fucking mind.
Didn't even think that was going to be what was in the
No.
hatch.
What you think, you can't think it.
Because then the next season opens up with him, right?
Yes. And we're like, who the fuck's this guy?
Yeah, new guy.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Lost is great.
Man.
Maybe we should watch Lost and commentary on
Yeah.
it.
I like
Let us
that.
know what you think. If you want to see us watch Lost and how much
We haven't
loved
watched it since it was on TV.
Yep.
I haven't watched it again since then. It
I
was
think
too
I've
fucking
rewatched
stressful.
the first season, but not any of the others.
Man.
All right. Well,
I guess that was the end. Thanks, and
Thanks-
if you
thanks for
watched us
listening and
looked at
watching.
us, yay.
here we are.
Thanks.
All right. See you later. Bye. Love you. Stopping.
What's happening?
We're done.